There is a war you fight every day, not with swords, not with armies, but in the space between your ears. It begins the moment you wake. The world rushes in, notifications, opinions, chaos, demands. Your mind reacts, it spins, it fears, it desires, it clings to what it cannot hold, and bleeds over what it cannot change. Most men live and die in that storm, slaves to impulse, prisoners of emotion. But not you, not anymore. Within you lies a fortress, stone walls built not of rock, but of reason, a citadel no external force can breach, no insult can scale it, no loss can burn it, no failure can crack it. You were born with the blueprints, but the world taught you to forget. For the next 50 minutes, we rebuild. This is not motivation, this is not hype, this is architecture for the mind. 10 habits, 10 disciplines, 10 keys that once turned permanently rewire how you think, how you feel, how you respond to a world that will never stop testing you. You will learn to draw a line in the sand between what is yours and what is not. You will learn to walk willingly into discomfort because comfort is the slow death of strength. You will learn to hold death in your hand each morning, not to fear it, but to use it, to sharpen every hour it grants you. You will learn to love your fate, not the easy parts, all of it. The betrayal, the loss, the delay, the unfairness, because to fight reality is to lose. To embrace it is to become unconquerable. This path is not soft. It will ask you to sit with pain instead of numbing it, to choose discipline when desire screams for ease, to answer insults with silence and chaos with stillness. But on the other side of that choice is freedom, real freedom, the kind that doesn't depend on money, status, or the approval of others. The kind that stays with you when everything else is stripped away. The habits you're about to learn are not new. They are ancient, tested by plague, by war, by exile, by death. They survived because they work. Your mind is not fixed. It is forged. Every thought you entertain is a hammer strike. Every habit you repeat is heat in the fire. So the question is not whether you will be shaped. The question is by what? By accident, by weakness, by the world, or by you, by choice, by these 10 habits. The gate is open, the fortress waits. You will suffer today. That much is certain. The question is never if the world will test you. The question is whether you will waste your strength fighting shadows. A man wakes. Before his eyes open, the war begins. A message he did not want. A problem he did not cause. A thought he did not choose. His blood rises, his jaw tightens, and before breakfast he has already lost the first battle, not to the world, to himself. This is the first law. Learn it or be ruled by everything and everyone for the rest of your life. There are 2 realms. In one your hand reaches and finds purchase. In the other you grasp at smoke. One is yours. The other was never yours and never will be. Your peace, your power, your freedom live entirely in the first. Your suffering lives entirely in the second. Name them now. What is yours? Your judgment, your will, your actions, your endurance, your response when insulted, your discipline when tempted, your choice to rise when you would rather lie down. That is the whole of your kingdom, nothing more. What is not yours? The rain, the falling market, the opinion of the crowd, the past, which is dead, the future which is not born, the body you were given, the family you were born into, the man who cuts you off in traffic, the woman who does not love you back, the sickness, the layoff, the betrayal, the delay, the death of those you love, all of it, not yours. Yet look at how you live. You give your mornings to the news, which you do not control. You give your nights to the words of fools, which you do not control. You give your strength to anger at the unjust, which you do not control. You are tired because you carry burdens the gods never assigned to you. Stop it. When the spike comes, the anger, the fear, the shame, do not feed it. Ask one question and one question only. Is this mine to hold? If the answer is no, set it down. You do not debate with the wind. You do not negotiate with the tide. You adjust your sail. You do not curse the stone in your path. You step around it, or you climb it, or you turn it into a seat. The stone is not your enemy. Your belief that the stone should not be there, that is the enemy. You say, but they wronged me. So? Their wrong is theirs. Your response is yours. You say, but the world is unfair. It always was. It always will be. Fairness is not in your realm. Fortitude is. You say, but I am afraid of what comes. The future is not here. Your preparation is. Train your body. Sharpen your mind. Tend your character. That is your work. The outcome is not. The fool lives at the mercy of events. He rises and falls with the tide of things he never touched. Praise him and he swells. Insult him and he shrinks. Give him fortune and he is drunk. Take it and he is broken. He has no center, because his center is outside him. Scatter his possessions and he scatter the man. The one who understands does not live this way. He builds his citadel inward, stone by stone, habit by habit. When the storm comes, and it will come, it beats against the walls but finds no entry. Why? Because he does not live in the storm. He lives in his choices, and his choices are behind the walls. You want practice, take it. For one day do nothing but sort. A thought arrives, they should not have done that. Not yours. Set it down. A fear arrives. What if I fail? The future is not yours. Your effort today is. A desire arrives. I must have their approval. Their approval is not yours. Your integrity is. Hold that. You will fail at this 100 times before noon. Good. Each failure is a repetition. Each repetition is a forging. The mind is not changed by insight. It is changed by contact, by friction, by the slow grind of choosing the same right thing until it chooses you back. Do not tell me the world is hard. I know, it has always been hard. Plague took men, war took men, exile took men, and in the midst of it some men were free, not because their chains were lighter, because they learned where the chains could not touch. You have the same lesson before you. No easier, no harder, the same. Here is your rule, carve it into the bone. If I do not control it, I do not carry it. Speak it when you wake. Speak it when the email lands. Speak it when the heart breaks. Speak it when the plan collapses. If I do not control it, I do not carry it. This is not indifference. The indifferent man cares for nothing. The disciplined man cares for the right things. He reserves his blood for the battles he can win. He saves his oil for his own lamp. He does not run into the street to fight every fire. He tends his own house so it doesn't burn. You want to be effective? Then be precise. You cannot move the mountain. You can move your foot. Move it. Then move it again. 1,000 steps later, the mountain is behind you. Not because you controlled the mountain, because you controlled the foot. You want to be respected? Then stop begging for it. Respect is not in your realm. Your conduct is. Conduct yourself as a man who would respect himself if he met himself in the dark. The rest is smoke. You want to be unafraid? Then stop trying to secure the world. Secure yourself. Make your character such that loss cannot make you less. Make your discipline such that comfort cannot make you soft. Make your will such that fortune cannot make you a slave. When you are that man, what is there to fear? They can take your goods. They cannot take your good. Each morning before the world speaks, speak to yourself. Say, today I will meet with interference, ingratitude, arrogance, disloyalty, ill will. None of it is new. None of it is mine. My work is to act justly, to endure what I must, to will what I can. The rest I return to the gods. Then go, walk into the day. When the first insult comes, watch it. It will rise like a wave. Let it. You are the rock. When the first delay comes, watch it. It will pull at your calm. Let it. You are the anchor. When the first loss comes, watch it. It will tell you that you are diminished. Do not believe it. You are not your circumstances. You are your choices. This is the first habit because without it, all other habits are dust. What good is courage if you spend it fighting the wind? What good is temperance if you pour it into cups you do not own? What good is wisdom if you apply it to puzzles with no solution? First, draw the line. Mine, not mine. On one side your life, on the other the world. Keep them separate, and you will be separate from suffering. You were not made to control the sea. You were made to control the ship. So tend the ropes, check the hull, set the course. The The storm will do what storms do. Let it. Your task is to stay unbroken at the helm. A day will come when everything you did not control is taken. Your health, your money, your status, your people. On that day, the only question will be this: what remains? If you have lived in the other realm, nothing remains. You will be a king without a kingdom. But if you have lived in your realm, everything remains. You will be a man without chains. So begin now. When you feel the pull to react, pause, breathe, ask, is this mine? If no, release it. If yes, act. Not later, now, with all the force you have, because that is the only place your force matters. Do this for a year, and you will be unrecognizable. Not to them, to yourself. The anxiety will have quieted, not because the world became quiet, but because you stopped trying to hush the ocean. The anger will have cooled, not because injustice ended, but because you stopped drinking poison and expecting the other man to die. The aimlessness will have gone, not because the path cleared, but because you stopped staring at the horizon and looked at your feet. You are not here to be untouched. You are here to be unbroken. There is a difference. The untouched man has never been tested. The unbroken man has been tested and found that his center holds. Be that man. The world will not bend to you. You will not bend to the world. You will stand, in your circle, on your ground, with your hands on what is yours, and your hands off what is not. That is the whole of it. From this breath forward, you carry only your weight. The rest you leave by the road. Let the wind have it. Let the crowd have it. Let the gods have it. It was never yours. You have one work. Rule yourself. All other work is slavery. You are not in control of the world. You are not in control of what people say to you. You are not in control of traffic. You are not in control of delays, insults, betrayal, loss, or whether someone likes your post. The world will do what it does. People will be people. And if your peace depends on the world acting right, you will never have peace. You are only in control of one thing: what happens inside you when the world happens outside you. And if you do not master that one thing, you are a slave. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how jacked you are. I don't care how many followers you have. If a random comment can ruin your day, you are owned. If traffic can steal your mood, you are owned. If one person not texting back can spiral you, you are owned. Look at your life honestly. How many hours have you lost because someone cut you off in traffic? Because your boss talked to you sideways? Because your girl moved funny? Because some stranger online said you're mid? You replay it. You argue in your head. You plot the comeback. You vent to your friends. You doom scroll to forget it. That's not freedom. That's a leash. And the world holds it. They say one thing and you're angry. Plans change and you're anxious. She doesn't reply and you're insecure. You think you're reacting to life. You're not. You're reacting to a program they installed in you. The Stoic knows the truth. Nothing outside you has power over you until you give it power. An insult is just sound. A delay is just time. A loss is just an event. It only becomes suffering when you pick it up and carry it. There is a space between what hits you and what you do next. Most men never see it. They live their whole lives from trigger to explosion. No gap, no thought, no choice. Just impulse. Someone pushes the button and they go off. Every time. Predictable. Controlled. But in that space, that 3-second gap, your whole life is decided. You either react like a child or you respond like a man. So how do you build the gap? You don't just read about it. You train it. Like a muscle. Every single day. Start here. See the spark. Anger is not sudden. It's not 0 to 100. It's 0 to 1 to 5 to 20 to 50. But we only notice it at 90 when we're already yelling, already typing, already ruining our night. By then it's too late. The damage is done. So you have to catch it at 1, the spark, the first signal. It's always in the body first. Jaw gets tight, chest gets hot, shoulders go up, fist clenches a little, breath gets short. That's the spark. That's your warning light. Before the words come out, before you hit send, before you slam the door, catch it there. And when you feel it, stop. Don't do anything yet. Just name it. Say it plain in your head. This is anger. Not I am angry. This is anger. You are not the fire. You are the man watching the fire. And what you can watch, you cannot be consumed by. The second you name it, you separate from it. You go from being in the storm to watching the storm. That's power. Next, breathe before you bleed. This is the new rule for your life. Nothing leaves you for 3 breaths. I don't care what it is. Insult, breathe. Loss, breathe. Disrespect, breathe. Bad news, breathe. Your own brain starts attacking you at 2 a.m., breathe. In through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Out through your mouth for 6. Do it 3 times. That's 36 seconds. 36 seconds is the difference between a regret you carry for 3 years and a moment you forget by tomorrow. In those 36 seconds, your animal brain, the part that wants to fight, flee, or freeze, shuts off. And your human brain, the part that can think, choose, and lead, turns back on. You stop being a puppet. You start being the master. Most of your regrets live in the 36 seconds you refuse to take. That text you wish you never sent. That thing you said to someone you love. That decision you made when you were heated. All of it dies in 36 seconds of breathing. Then, choose your weapon. Don't react. Respond. There's a difference. Reaction is automatic. Response is chosen. Before you do anything, ask yourself one question. Does this move serve me or hurt me? Does replying to that hater serve your peace or hurt your peace? Does snapping back at your friend serve your relationship or hurt it? Does spiraling for 3 hours serve your goals or hurt them? Does proving them wrong serve your life or just your ego? If it hurts you, don't do it. Simple. Not easy, but simple. You are not here to win every argument. You are here to win your life. And you cannot win your life if you are losing your mind every time someone breathes wrong. You cannot build an empire if a random NPC can crash your whole system. Now let me be clear. This is not about being numb. This is not about being a robot. This is not about good vibes only. The Stoic feels everything. He feels deeply. He grieves when he loses. He burns when he's betrayed. He bleeds when he's cut. He is not dead inside. The difference is, he does not let the feeling become the master. He feels the storm, but he does not become the storm. He feels the anger, but he does not let anger make decisions. He feels the fear, but he does not let fear drive the car. You can feel disrespected and still choose not to throw your whole day away. You can feel anxious and still show up to work. You can feel the urge to prove them wrong and still stay silent, because your energy is expensive, and not everyone gets to spend it. That's not weakness, that is discipline. That is the difference between a boy and a man. Boys react to everything. Men respond to what matters. When you actually start living like this, 3 things happen to your life. First, you become unbreakable. Words stop cutting you. Opinions stop weighing you down. You hear the noise, but it's just noise. It's not a command. Because you finally understand, what they think of you is not your business. What you think of you is. You stop renting out space in your head to people who don't pay bills there. You stop letting strangers live in your mind for free. You become unoffendable. And a man who cannot be offended cannot be controlled. Second, you reclaim your time. Think about it. Every overreaction is a tax on your life. 3 hours of overthinking, 2 hours of venting to your friends, 1 day of being in a bad mood and getting nothing done, half a week of sleeping bad because you're still mad. That's the cost. Master the reaction and you pay 10 seconds to breathe. You keep the rest of your day. You keep your week. You keep your life. That's the trade, and it's the best trade you will ever make. Third, you command real respect. People don't respect the loudest person in the room. They respect the calmest. When chaos hits and everyone is crashing out, panicking, losing their mind, and you don't flinch, people feel that. They see a man who is not controlled by the weather. They see a man who is governed from the inside. That is rare. That is power. That is the aura you cannot fake. That is the aura of a man who owns himself. So here is your task. No more theory. Action. For the next 24 hours, you are putting up a firewall. The rule is simple. No reaction to anything negative without 3 breaths first. Somebody tests you? Breathe. Bad news hits your phone? Breathe. You catch yourself spiraling? Breathe. Your own brain starts calling you a failure? Breathe. You are going to fail. You will forget. You will react without thinking. Good. That's part of it. Don't start over and beat yourself up. Just restart. Breathe, and begin again. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to be aware. Every single time you catch yourself, you win. Every time you pause instead of explode, you're building the muscle. Tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself one question and answer it honestly. Where did I choose today instead of being chosen? Write it down. One moment. Doesn't matter how small. You paused before sending that angry text? Win. You let the driver cut you off without losing your peace? Win. You felt the urge to spiral and you breathed instead? Win. You heard the disrespect and you kept moving? Win. Stack those wins for 7 days straight. I promise you, you will not recognize yourself. Because here's the final truth, and you need to burn this into your brain. They can take a lot from you. They can take your money, they can take your time, they can take opportunities, they can talk behind your back, they can lie on your name, but they cannot take your reaction unless you give it to them. Your reaction is your last piece of private property. It is the one thing that is always, always yours. And if you do not control it, I guarantee you someone else will. The news will. Social media will. Your ex will. Your enemies will. Your own ego will. So control it. Guard it like it's gold. Train it like it's your strongest muscle. Because a man who owns his reactions owns his life. He can be delayed, but he cannot be stopped. He can be tested, but he cannot be broken. He can be hit, but he cannot be defeated. Comfort is killing you. Not bullets, not poverty, not your enemies. Comfort. The soft bed, the extra 30 minutes of scrolling, the warm shower, the easy option, the excuse. The I'll do it tomorrow. That's what's making you weak. That's what's making you average. That's what's making you forget who you were supposed to be. You weren't born to be comfortable. You were born to be dangerous, to be disciplined, to be a man who can take a hit and keep moving. But comfort trains you for the opposite. Comfort teaches you to quit when it gets hard, to fold when it gets cold, to tap out when it gets boring. The Stoics had a word for this: luxuria, luxury, softness. They saw it as the real enemy, not because luxury is evil, but because it makes you soft, and a soft man cannot be free. Seneca lived in a palace, but he practiced sleeping on the floor. He fasted when he had food. He wore plain clothes when he had gold. Why? Because he knew the truth. If you cannot be okay without it, you are owned by it. If you can't function without your coffee, coffee owns you. If you can't focus without music, music owns you. If you can't be happy without validation, validation owns you. If you can't start your day without comfort, comfort owns you. And anything that owns you can destroy you. The world is going to take things from you. That's not a threat. That's a guarantee. People will leave. Money will dip. Your body will hurt. Your plans will fail. If your peace depends on everything being easy, you will break the second life gets hard. So you have to train for hard, on purpose, while it's still your choice. This is not motivation. This is war training. And comfort is how they get you to surrender before the fight even starts. Your brain has a thermostat. It's called your comfort zone. Everything inside that zone feels safe. Everything outside it feels like danger. Your brain doesn't care if the thing outside the zone is good for you. It only cares that it's new, that it's hard, that it costs energy. So when you wake up and it's cold, your brain says stay in bed. When you have to do deep work, your brain says check your phone. When you have to have the hard conversation, your brain says avoid it. When you have to go to the gym, your brain says you're tired. Your brain is not your friend. Your brain is your security guard, and its only job is to keep you alive, not to make you great. Alive means safe. Safe means comfortable. Comfortable means small. So if you want to grow, you have to make your brain uncomfortable on purpose. You have to teach it that discomfort is not death. Discomfort is data. Discomfort is the entrance fee. The man who runs from discomfort will always be a slave to it. The man who walks into discomfort on purpose becomes the master of it. Start with the body, because the body is the gateway. Cold showers not because you like them, because you don't. Stand there for 2 minutes, no music, no podcast, just you and the cold. Your brain will scream, get out, this is stupid. You don't need this. That's the point. You're not training your body. You're training your mind to stop listening to the voice that begs for easy. Fasting. Skip breakfast. Skip lunch. Feel the hunger. Don't numb it with snacks. Don't distract it with Netflix. Sit with it. Your ancestors went days without food and still hunted. You can go 16 hours without dying. Hunger is not an emergency. Hunger is a teacher. It teaches you that you are not your cravings. You can feel them and still choose. Hard workouts. Not the cute ones. The ones where your body says stop, and you do one more rep. The ones where you want to quit at minute 12, and you go to 20. You're not building muscle, you're building proof. Proof that you don't stop when it hurts. Proof that you are not your feelings. Silence. Sit for 10 minutes. No phone, no noise, no input. Just you and your thoughts. Most men can't do it, because when it's silent, the truth comes up. The anxiety, the regret, the fear. And instead of facing it, they drown it in content. But you don't run. You sit. You breathe. You realize the discomfort won't kill you. Avoiding it will. Then take it to your mind. Do the hard task first. Every day. The one you've been avoiding. The email, the call, the project, the conversation. Do it before you touch anything easy. Before you scroll. Before you check messages. Earn your comfort. Don't start with it. Speak the truth when it's easier to lie. Say no when it's easier to say yes. Walk away when it's easier to stay. Show up when it's easier to flake. These are reps. Every time you choose hard, your thermostat moves. What was once too hard becomes normal. And here's the secret. The more you choose discomfort, the more comfortable your life becomes. Because now when life hits you with real pain, and it will, you don't break. You've been there, you trained for it. Cold shower was practice, hunger was practice, silence was practice. You look discomfort in the eye every morning, so when it shows up uninvited, you don't panic. You recognize it. I know you. I trained for you. Let's work. The man who never leaves his comfort zone lives in fear of everything outside it. The man who lives outside his comfort zone fears nothing, because nothing surprises him anymore. You think successful men are comfortable? No. They're just comfortable being uncomfortable. They do the hard thing so much that it stops being hard. It becomes who they are. You want confidence? Do hard things. You want respect? Do hard things. You want freedom? Do hard things. Comfort will lie to you. It will tell you rest. It will tell you you deserve it. It will tell you later. But later is where dreams go to die. Later is where potential gets buried. Later is where weak men live. You don't get to be great and comfortable in the same season. Pick one. So here's your challenge. 72-hour discomfort protocol. Day 1. Cold shower, 3 minutes, no heat, no negotiation. Day 2. Fast until 4 p.m. Water and black coffee only. Feel the hunger. Day 3. Wake up 1 hour earlier than normal and do the hardest task of your week. No phone until it's done. No posting about it. No telling anyone. This is between you and you. At night ask, where did I choose hard today instead of easy? Do that for 30 days and you won't recognize the man in the mirror, because you will have built something no one can take from you. Self-respect. And self-respect only comes from doing the hard thing when no one is watching. The world wants you soft. Soft men are easy to control, easy to sell to, easy to distract, easy to break. Don't give them that. Be the man who walks into the cold on purpose. Be the man who gets hungry on purpose. Be the man who does the rep when his body says stop. Because a man who masters his discomfort cannot be controlled by anything. Pain can't stop him. Fear can't stop him. Failure can't stop him. He's already been through worse by choice. Your attention is your life. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Where your energy flows, your life grows. And right now your life is being stolen. Not by thieves, not by enemies, by notifications, by endless feeds, by noise, by 1,000 tabs open in your brain, and not one of them is yours. You think you're busy. You're not. You're distracted. You think you're productive. You're not. You're scattered. You think you're connected. You're not. You're fragmented. The modern world is a war for one thing, your attention, because whoever controls your attention controls your time. Whoever controls your time controls your life, and right now, you're giving it away for free. Every scroll, every click, every quick check of your phone, that's not free. That costs you. It costs you your dreams. It costs you your peace. It costs you the man you could have been. Marcus Aurelius didn't have Instagram. Seneca didn't have TikTok. Epictetus didn't have YouTube Shorts. They lived in a world where focus was the default. You live in a world where distraction is the business model. Your phone was designed by billionaires to keep you weak, to keep you watching, to keep you consuming, because a man who can't focus can't build, a man who can't focus can't lead, a man who can't focus can't win. And that's the point. They don't want you to win, they want you to watch. So here's the truth. If you cannot control your focus, you cannot control your life. The Stoics called this prososche, attention, vigilance, the discipline of keeping your mind where you put it, not where the algorithm puts it, not where other people's drama puts it, not where your cravings put it, where you put it. Most men live their whole lives in reaction. Phone buzzes, they jump. Someone posts, they compare. Bad news hits, they spiral. Their mind is a pinball machine and the world is pulling the levers. But the master places his attention like a king places his army, on purpose, with strategy, with intent. You don't need more time. You have the same 24 hours as everyone else. You need more focus. Because 1 hour of deep, undistracted work beats 8 hours of scattered effort. Every time. So how do you get it back? You fight for it, like it's your last piece of land. Because it is. First, kill the noise. Your brain can only handle so much input. Right now you're drowning in it. News, opinions, drama, other people's wins, other people's losses, other people's everything. And none of it is helping you build your life. Cut it. Ruthlessly. Unfollow 90% of who you follow. Mute the group chats. Turn off every notification that isn't life or death. If it's not making you money, making you stronger, or making you wiser, it's making you weaker. Silence is not empty. Silence is where your own thoughts finally get to speak, and most men are terrified of that, because when the noise stops, they have to face themselves. Second, single task, like your life depends on it. Because it does. Multitasking is a lie. Your brain cannot do two things at once. It switches. Fast. And every switch costs you. It's called attention residue. Part of your mind is still stuck on the last thing while you start the next thing, so you do both badly. One thing, one tab, one mission, until it's done. When you eat, eat. Don't scroll. When you talk to someone, look them in the eye. Don't check your phone. When you work, work. No music with lyrics. No background videos. No quick break every 10 minutes. Boredom is not the enemy. Boredom is the doorway. On the other side of boredom is depth. On the other side of boredom is mastery. But you'll never get there if you run every time it gets quiet. Third, build a fortress around your morning. The first hour of your day sets the tone for all 24. If you start it with other people's agendas, you've already lost. If you start it with dopamine hits from your phone, you've already lost. No phone for the first 60 minutes. No news. No messages. No input. Only output. Wake, water, move, write, plan, attack the hardest thing before the world wakes up, before the world gets to vote on your day. You win the morning, you win the day. You win enough days, you win your life. Fourth, practice negative visualization with your focus. The Stoics would imagine losing everything. Not to be dark, to be ready. You do the same with your attention. Ask yourself, what if I wasted the next 5 years scrolling? What if I never finished one meaningful thing because I couldn't focus? What if I got to 40 and realized I spent my life watching other people live theirs? Feel that. Let it sting. Because it's happening right now if you don't stop it. Then flip it. What if I gave 2 hours a day of pure, undistracted focus to one skill, one business, one body, one relationship? Where would I be in 6 months, in 2 years? That's the cost of distraction, and that's the power of focus. Fifth, embrace deep work like it's sacred, because it is. Shut the door, put the phone in another room, set a timer for 90 minutes. No escape. Your brain will panic. It will beg for a break. It will tell you to check just one thing. Don't. Sit with the urge. Watch it pass. The first 20 minutes will feel like hell. That's withdrawal. That's your brain detoxing from constant stimulation. At minute 25, something shifts. You drop in, you lock in, time bends, you hit flow. That state, that's where everything you want lives. The money, the skill, the body, the respect. It's all behind the door of focus. But you have to pay the toll. The toll is discomfort, the toll is boredom, the toll is saying no to everything else. Most men won't pay it, so they stay broke, they stay average, they stay watching. Don't be most men. Here's your test, 7-day focus fast. Day 1 to 7, no social media, delete the apps, all of them. Day 1 to 7, no phone first hour of the day, no phone last hour of the night. Day 1 to 7, one 90-minute deep work block per day, one task, no music with words, no distractions. You will feel withdrawal, you will feel anxious, you will feel like you're missing out. Good, that means it's working, that means you're breaking the addiction. On day 7, ask yourself, what did I build this week that I haven't built in months? The answer will scare you, because you'll realize how much time you've been leaking, how much potential you've been pissing away. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The world is loud. The world is fast. The world is designed to scatter you, to split you into 1,000 pieces and feed on the scraps. Your job is to stay whole. Your job is to stay here, present, focused, unbreakable. Because a man who owns his attention owns his future. He can be distracted for a second, but he comes back. He can be pulled, but he doesn't stay pulled. He chooses his target and he hits it. Every day, until the work is done. Don't give your focus to things that don't deserve it. Don't give your energy to people who wouldn't bleed for you. Don't give your time to apps that profit from your anxiety. Your attention is currency, spend it like a king. Because at the end of your life, you won't remember the posts you liked. You won't remember the drama you followed. You won't remember the notifications you answered. You'll remember what you built. You'll remember who you became. You'll remember if you were actually here for it, or if you spent it distracted. Your word is worthless. Not because you're a bad man, because you've made it cheap. You say you'll wake up at 5 a.m., you don't. You say you'll go to the gym, you skip it. You say you'll call her back, you forget. You say, I'll start Monday. Monday comes, you move it again. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you teach your brain one thing. I don't do what I say. And once your brain believes that, it's over. Because if you don't trust yourself, why would anyone else? The Stoics built empires on one principle. Pacta sunt servanda. Agreements must be kept. Not because of law, because of honor. A man's word was his bond. It was his currency. It was his identity. If a Stoic said he would do it, it was done. The conversation was over. Look around now. Words mean nothing. People say, bro, I got you, and vanish. They say, let's link up, and never do. They say, this is my year, every January, and by February they're the same. That's why trust is dead. That's why respect is rare. That's why most men feel hollow, because they've lied to themselves so many times that their own soul doesn't believe them anymore. You want confidence? It doesn't come from hype. It comes from keeping promises to yourself. Small ones, daily, relentlessly. You want respect? Don't talk louder. Do what you said you'd do, long after the mood you said it in has passed. Your word is your spine. If it bends, you bend. If it breaks, you break. A man with no word is a man with no weight. He floats, he drifts, he gets carried by other people's opinions, by his own impulses, by whatever feels good right now. But a man whose word is law, he moves different. He walks into a room and doesn't need to announce himself. His presence says it, because people know. When he speaks, it's real. Start with yourself. That's where all integrity is built. You told yourself you'd stop watching porn. You didn't. You told yourself you'd stop drinking on weekdays. You didn't. You told yourself you'd write every day. You didn't. Each time you cast a vote for the kind of man you are. And right now, you're voting for unreliable. So flip it. Make your words sacred again. Start small so you can win. Tell yourself I will make my bed every morning. Then do it. Every morning. No excuses. No, I was late. You either did or you didn't. Tell yourself I will do 20 push-ups when I wake up. Then do it. Even if you're tired, especially if you're tired. Because the point isn't the push-ups. The point is you did what you said. Stack those wins. 1 day, 7 days, 30 days. Your brain starts to rewire. It starts to believe you again. When I say something, it happens. That belief is worth more than motivation. That belief is called self-respect. And once you have it with yourself, you take it to the world. If you say you'll be there at 8, be there at 7:55. If you say you'll deliver by Friday, deliver Thursday. If you say I got you, then actually got them. No ghosting, no flaking, no something came up. Life will test you. It will throw chaos at your calendar. It will give you perfect excuses. That's the point. Anyone can keep their word when it's easy. The test is when it costs you, when you're tired, when you're busy, when no one would blame you for backing out. That's when your word becomes iron. The world is starving for men like this. In business, the man who delivers is the man who gets paid. In relationships, the woman who can trust your word will follow you into fire. In brotherhood, the men who know you'll be there are the ones who will bleed for you. Your word is your reputation, and your reputation is the compound interest of your life. Every promise kept is a deposit. Every promise broken is a withdrawal. Most men are bankrupt and wonder why no one trusts them. So audit your mouth. Stop saying I'll try. Trying is lying with good intentions. Say I will or say I won't. Be clear, be final. Stop saying maybe to buy time. Maybe is a slow no. If it's no, say no. If it's yes, say yes and execute. Stop overpromising to look good. Say less, do more. Let your actions be so loud people have to ask if you even talk. And when you fail because you will, own it fast. No excuses, no story. I said I would, I didn't. That's on me. Here's how I fix it. Then fix it. Immediately. Your word isn't broken by failure. It's broken by pretending you didn't fail. The Stoics trained this with premeditatio. Before they gave their word, they visualized the cost. If I say yes to this, what will it take? Am I willing to do it sick, tired, broke? If not, I don't say it. You should do the same. Don't give your word lightly, because once it leaves your mouth, it's no longer yours. It belongs to the man you're trying to become. Here's your protocol. 30 days. Rule 1. No more try. You either commit or you decline. Rule 2. 3 promises to yourself daily. Write them. Small. Non-negotiable. Do them before bed. Rule 3. If you say it to someone, it gets in your calendar immediately. If it's not scheduled, it's not real. Rule 4. Weekly review. Where did my word hold? Where did it break? Why? Fix it. Do this, and in 30 days you won't recognize your life. Opportunities show up for men who are reliable. Money follows men who are reliable. Respect follows men who are reliable. Because the world is full of talkers, it's empty of finishers. Be the finisher. Be the man whose yes means yes, and whose no means no. Be the man whose children don't wonder if dad will show up. Be the man whose team doesn't double-check if you'll deliver. Be the man who doesn't need to swear or swear on anything, because his normal speech is oath enough. Seneca said, you should live for others if you wish to live for yourself. But you can't live for others if they can't count on you. And they can't count on you if you can't count on yourself. So rebuild the trust, one kept promise at a time. In a world of soft words and broken deals, be the man made of stone. Say it, do it, repeat. Because at the end your life is the sum of what you did, not what you intended to do. And intentions don't build legacies. Action does. Your body is the only thing you own. Not your house, not your car, not your job, not your followers. They can take all of that. They can fire you, they can hack you, they can cancel you. But your body, that's yours, until the day you die. And most men treat it like a rental. They abuse it, they poison it, they ignore it, they sit for 12 hours a day, they eat trash, they sleep 4 hours, they wonder why they feel weak, why they feel anxious, why they feel like life is happening to them instead of for them. The Stoics called the body the vessel, soma. It's not you, but you live in it. And if the vessel is cracked, the water leaks. If the vessel is dirty, the water tastes like poison. If the vessel is weak, you can't carry anything. Marcus Aurelius was emperor of Rome, most powerful man on earth. He still trained, he still walked, he still disciplined his body, because he knew a weak body creates a weak mind, and a weak mind cannot rule anything, not a kingdom, not a business, not even itself. Epictetus was born a slave, crippled leg. He didn't have excuses, he had standards. He said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Translation: train while others rest, eat clean while others feast, sleep while others scroll, be thought weird until they ask how you did it. Your body is not separate from your discipline. Your body is your discipline. You can't be mentally strong if you're physically soft. You can't be spiritually sharp if you're biologically dull. You can't lead a family if you can't lead yourself to the gym. You can't protect anyone if you can't do one pull-up. This is habit 6. Master your body. Men are getting softer. Testosterone is down 50% in 40 years. Obesity is up. Grip strength is down. Sperm count is down. Depression is up. And everyone's surprised. I'm not. You put garbage in, you get garbage out. You sit all day, you become weak. You avoid discomfort, you become fragile. You outsource movement to cars and elevators and delivery apps, you become useless. And a useless man is a dangerous thing. Not dangerous to others, dangerous to himself. Because a man with no strength, no stamina, no health, has no options. And a man with no options becomes a slave to his boss, to his addictions, to his anxiety, to the system. So you train, not for abs, not for Instagram. You train so you have options. You train so you can walk away. You train so you can pick up your kid when he's 10 and still run when he's 15. You train so you don't die of a heart attack at 50 because you were too busy to walk. Your body keeps the score. Every skipped workout, every late night, every beer instead of water, every I'll start tomorrow, it writes it down, and one day it sends you the bill. You can pay now in sweat, or you pay later in hospitals. So here's the standard. Simple, non-negotiable, stoic. First, move daily. You are an animal. Animals move or they die. Walk 10,000 steps. No excuses. Outside, sun on your skin, ground under your feet. If you can't walk, you can't think. If you can't think, you can't lead. Walking is the cheapest therapy and the oldest medicine. The Stoics walked. They talked while they walked. They solved problems while they walked. You sit while you doom scroll. See the difference? Second, lift heavy things. Muscle is armor. Muscle is currency. Every decade after 30, you lose muscle if you don't fight for it. And when muscle goes, everything goes. Metabolism, posture, confidence, testosterone, bone density. You don't need to be a bodybuilder. You need to be unbreakable. 3 days a week. Squat, hinge, push, pull, carry. Do it like your life depends on it, because it does. Third, eat like a man, not a child. Food is fuel, not entertainment. If it didn't exist 200 years ago, question it. Meat, eggs, fruit, rice, potatoes, vegetables, water, salt. That's 90% of what you need. The rest is poison disguised as convenience. You don't need a diet, you need a standard. Protein at every meal, no sugar before noon, no eating because you're bored. You eat to build, you eat to perform, you eat to honor the body you were given. Fourth, sleep like it's your job, because it is. Sleep is when you rebuild. Sleep is when you store memory. Sleep is when your testosterone gets made. Sleep is when your brain cleans itself. You cheat sleep, you cheat yourself. 7 to 8 hours, dark room, cold room, no phone 60 minutes before bed, no alcohol, no revenge bedtime scrolling. You go to bed like a soldier, because the war starts when you wake up. Fifth, embrace discomfort daily. Cold showers, fasted walks, hard sets, heat, hunger. Your body is anti-fragile. It gets stronger when stressed, not when coddled. But modern life removed all stress, so you have to add it back, on purpose. Comfort is killing you slowly, discomfort is saving you quickly. The Stoics practiced voluntary hardship. They would sleep on the floor, skip meals, wear light clothes in winter, not to punish themselves, to remind the body who's in charge. You do the same. Take the stairs, park far away, carry groceries without a cart, do 50 burpees when you don't feel like it. You're not training for the gym, you're training for life. Life will punch you, someone you love will get sick, you'll have to carry them, your car will break, you'll have to push it, a disaster will hit, you'll have to move for hours. Will your body be ready? Or will it quit on you because you quit on it for 20 years? You don't rise to the occasion, you fall to your level of training. And right now, your level is out of breath from one flight of stairs. Fix it. This isn't motivation, this is duty. You didn't choose your genetics, you didn't choose your height, but you chose what you did with them, and every day you choose again. You want to be respected? Get strong. You want to be attractive? Get strong. You want to live long? Get strong. You want to be calm? Get strong. Because physical strength bleeds into everything. When your body is capable, your mind is quiet. When your body is weak, your mind is loud. Anxiety lives in a weak body. Depression lives in a sedentary body. Weakness lives in a body that never gets challenged, so challenge it. Here's your 30-day protocol. No gym needed. Day 1 to 30, 10,000 steps daily. Outside, no excuses. Day 1 to 30, 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 50 rows or pull-ups. Break it up however you want. Just finish. Day 1 to 30, 1 gallon of water, 100 grams of protein minimum, no liquid calories. Day 1 to 30, 7 hours sleep minimum. Phone in another room. Day 1 to 30, 3 minutes cold shower finish daily. You do this for 30 days and you won't need motivation videos. You'll look in the mirror and see a man who keeps promises. You'll walk into rooms and feel different. You'll handle stress and feel calm. Because your body knows you're not fragile anymore. The world wants you weak. Weak men consume more. Weak men comply more. Weak men don't ask questions. Weak men don't rebel. Weak men don't lead. So they feed you poison. They sell you comfort. They tell you body positivity means never improving. They tell you rest is productive, while you've rested your whole life. Don't listen. Your ancestors walked 20 miles a day, hunted, built, carried, fought, bled, and you're out of breath tying your shoes. That's not evolution. That's decay. Honor them. Honor yourself. Honor the gift of a working body. Because one day it won't work. One day you'll beg for the knees you complain about now. One day you'll trade everything for the energy you waste now. So use it, while you have it. Train hard, eat clean, sleep deep, recover like a pro, move like a human, sweat daily, get sun daily, get strong daily, because the body you build is the life you live. You can't meditate your way out of 20 years of neglect. You can't affirm your way out of high blood pressure. You can't journal your way out of pre-diabetes. You have to move. You have to sweat. You have to do the work. No one is coming to save you. No pill is coming to save you. No doctor is coming to save you. You save you. One rep at a time. One meal at a time. One walk at a time. Stack those days. And one day you look up and you're not the same man. You're the man you said you'd become. Your mind is not your friend. It's not your enemy either. It's a tool, a weapon, a garden. And right now you're letting weeds grow. You're letting enemies run the armory. You're letting the tool use you. You think thoughts happen to you. They don't. You happen to them. Or you should, but you don't. You react. You spiral. You overthink. You catastrophize. You replay conversations from 3 years ago at 2 in the morning. You imagine arguments that never happen. You fear futures that don't exist. You live in your head, and your head is a haunted house. The Stoics had a word for this. Fantasia, impressions, the raw data that hits your mind, a sound, a look, a memory, a message. The event itself is neutral, it's just an impression. But then your mind adds a story, a judgment, a meaning, and that story is what destroys you. Someone doesn't text back. That's the impression, neutral, fact. Your mind says, they hate me, I'm worthless, I did something wrong. That's the judgment. That's where suffering lives. If you don't control your mind will control you. And a mind out of control will ruin a life faster than any external enemy. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You don't have power over your feelings. You don't have power over your first thought. You have power over your mind, the part that chooses what to believe, the part that chooses what to focus on, the part that chooses whether to entertain a thought or dismiss it. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And reactions start in the mind, long before your mouth opens, long before your hands move. A battle is won or lost in the 6 inches between your ears. So how do you master it? First, you separate fact from story. This is the core Stoic skill. The discipline of perception. Event, you get fired. Fact. Story, my life is over, I'll never recover, I'm a failure. Judgment, optional, destructive. Stoic response, I got fired. This is data. What's in my control? My next move, my skills, my work ethic. I've been through worse. I'll handle this. Event, she leaves. Fact, story, I'm unlovable, no one stays, I'll be alone forever. Judgment, lies, Stoic response, she left, people have agency, I don't control her, I control me. I'll grieve, I'll learn, I'll become stronger. You see the pattern, the event is the event. Your mind is what tortures you, so you train it to stop adding poison. Second, you control your attention. Your mind is a spotlight. Whatever you shine it on gets bigger. Shine it on problems, you get more problems. Shine it on solutions, you get more solutions. Shine it on the past, you live in regret. Shine it on the future, you live in anxiety. Shine it on the present, you live in power. Most men have no control over their spotlight. It gets hijacked by notifications, by news, by gossip, by other people's drama, by their own intrusive thoughts. So you take it back, ruthlessly. Morning, no phone for the first 60 minutes. Your mind is fresh. Don't give the first input to the world. Give it to yourself. Journal, walk, plan, pray, read, train. If the world gets your mind first, it keeps it all day. Day, single task. Multitasking is mind fracturing. You're not doing 3 things. You're doing 0 things well. Pick one, do it, finish it, then move. Your mind respects completion. It hates open loops. Close them. Night, audit your thoughts. What did I dwell on today? Was it useful? Was it true? Was it in my control? If not, evict it. You wouldn't let a stranger live in your house rent-free. Why let a useless thought live in your head rent-free? Third, you practice premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Sounds dark. It's freedom. Once a day, you visualize loss. You visualize failure. You visualize rejection. Not to manifest it, to inoculate yourself. So when it happens, you've already been there. You've already felt it. You're not shocked. You're ready. Today I might get criticized. Good. I'm ready. Today I might lose money. Good. I've survived before. Today I might be disrespected. Good. My value isn't up for debate. You do this and fear loses its teeth. Because fear is just your mind saying, I don't know if I can handle that. And you answer, I've handled it in my mind 100 times. I can handle it in real life once. Fourth, you feed your mind on purpose. You are what you consume, mentally. Garbage in, garbage out. If you feed it TikTok, outrage, porn, gossip, victim content, your output will be distracted, angry, weak, blaming. If you feed it books, philosophy, scripture, skill, silence, your output will be calm, focused, wise, dangerous. Audit your inputs. Unfollow, mute, delete, cancel. Stop letting clowns preach in it. Read daily. 10 pages minimum. Philosophy, biographies of great men, source material. Wisdom that survived 2,000 years survives for a reason. Fifth, you use the view from above. Zoom out. You're anxious about a text. Zoom out. You're on a rock floating in space. You'll be dead in 80 years. Everyone you know will be dead in 100. The text doesn't matter. You're angry about traffic. Zoom out. You're breathing. You have legs. You have a car. 300 years ago, kings would trade their kingdom for what you have. Traffic doesn't matter. This isn't to minimize pain. It's to contextualize nonsense. Your mind makes mountains out of molehills. You train it to see the molehill. Sixth, you master self-talk. You live with you 24/7. If you had a friend who talked to you the way you talk to you, you'd punch him. Idiot. Failure. You always mess this up. Why bother? Stop. Talk to yourself like someone you're responsible for helping. Because you are. When you fail, good. Feedback. What's the lesson? Next rep. When you're scared, courage isn't the absence of fear, it's action despite it. Move. When you're tired, tired is a feeling, not a command. Feel it. Do it anyway. Your mind listens, always, so give it orders, not questions. 7th, you embrace silence. A loud mind is a weak mind. A still mind is a strong mind. Sit daily, 10 minutes. No input, no music, no podcast. Just you and your breath. Watch your thoughts, don't chase them, don't judge them. You are the sky, not the weather. The world is loud. Your mind got loud to match it. You train it to be quiet. Because in silence you hear truth. In noise you hear nonsense. Here's your 30-day protocol. Rule 1, morning mind block, 60 minutes no phone. Journal 1 page. What's in my control today? What's not? What's the one thing I must do? Rule 2, thought audit 3 times daily. When you feel anxiety, anger, spiral, stop. Ask, fact or story? In my control or not? Useful or not? If not, drop it. Rule 3, input diet. No news, no gossip. 30 minutes reading daily. Philosophy or scripture. Rule 4, premeditatio every night. 5 minutes, what could go wrong tomorrow? Am I ready? Good. Rule 5, silence. 10 minutes daily. Sit, breathe, observe, don't engage. In 30 days your mind stops being a prison. It becomes a fortress. You'll notice it first in traffic. You don't rage, you breathe. You'll notice it in conflict, you don't react. You respond, you'll notice it at 3 a.m., you don't spiral, you sleep. Because you're not your thoughts. You're the one who hears them. And you can choose which ones to keep. The world wants you mentally enslaved. Anxious people buy more. Distracted people click more. Offended people engage more. A man who controls his mind is a bad customer, so they flood you with noise. Turn it off. You don't need more information. You need more filtration. You don't need more motivation. You need more mastery. Defend the borders. Because when your mind is right, nothing outside can hurt you. And when your mind is wrong, nothing outside can help you. No man is free who is not master of himself, and you are not master of yourself until you are master of your mind. So take command. Say no to thoughts that don't serve you. Say yes to thoughts that build you. Interrogate every impression. Question every judgment. Choose your focus like your life depends on it. Your time is not your own. It's rented. By your boss, by your bills, by your distractions, by your impulses, by other people's emergencies. You wake up and the world sends you a to-do list, notifications, emails, favors, drama, and you obey. Every day. You think you're free because you choose your coffee. You're not. You're owned. By commitments you never questioned. By expenses you never audited. By habits you never built. By a life you never designed. The Stoics called this doulia, slavery, not chains on wrists, chains on hours, chains on choices, chains on attention, and most men live their whole lives in it, thinking it's normal. Seneca said, it's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. You don't need more time, you need more control, you need more leverage. This is habit 8, master your leverage. Because leverage is the only way a man with 24 hours competes with the world. Leverage is how you turn 1 hour into 10, $1 into 100, one decision into a lifetime of freedom. Without leverage, you trade time for money. Forever. You're a laborer. With leverage, you build assets, you build systems, you build skills, you build a life that runs without you breaking your back daily. Leverage comes in 4 forms. You master all 4, you become dangerous. First, labor leverage. Other people's time. You can't do it all. You shouldn't. Your job is to do what only you can do. Everything else gets delegated, automated, or deleted. If you're mowing your own lawn to save $50, but it costs you 3 hours you could use to build. You're losing. Outsource the low. Focus on the high. Hire slow. Fire fast. Pay for speed. Second, capital leverage. Money working while you sleep. Every dollar saved is a soldier you send to fight for you. Put them in assets, index funds, real estate, businesses, things that produce without your presence. A man with no capital works until he dies. A man with capital chooses when he works. That's freedom. Third, code and media leverage. Zero marginal cost. You write once, it sells forever. You record once, it teaches forever. You code once, it runs forever. This is the new land. The Stoics use letters. You use videos, articles, software, courses. Your ideas scale while you sleep. Your body is in one place. Your leverage is everywhere. Fourth, skill leverage. Competence of force. The more skilled you are, the less time it takes to produce value. A master carpenter builds a table in 2 hours. An amateur takes 2 days. Same table. One has leverage. Skill is the only leverage no one can take from you. Markets crash. Money vanishes. Skills print money on demand. So, how do you build it? Step 1. Audit your time. For 7 days, write down what you do every 30 minutes. You'll be sick. 80% is waste. Scrolling, meetings, gossip, commuting, TV. That's your life leaking. Plug the holes. Cut the waste. Buy back your hours. Step 2. Kill the time vampires. Social media, news, group chats, Netflix, games, alcohol. They don't cost money. They cost life, and life is the only thing you don't get back. Delete apps. Set limits. Go monk mode. You want leverage? Start by not giving your attention away for free. Step 3. Build one asset before bed. Every day, write 500 words. Record one video. Code one feature. Make one sales call. Send one email. One brick daily builds a castle yearly. Most men wait for big blocks of time. You lay bricks in the cracks. Step 4. Buy back your time. Calculate your hourly value. Income divided by hours worked. If it's $25, pay someone $15 to cone your house. You just bought 3 hours for $45. Use those 3 hours to learn a skill that pays $100 an hour. You're now arbitraging your life. This is how the wealthy think. Step 5. Create, don't consume. Consumers pay. Creators get paid. Consumers watch. Creators build. Consumers react. Creators set the agenda. For every hour you consume, create 2. Read a chapter, write a page. Watch a video, record a lesson. Take a course, teach a concept. Flip the ratio and your life flips. Step 6. Practice memento mori on your calendar. You will die. Your days are numbered. You don't know the number. So every hour spent on nonsense is an hour stolen from your purpose. Look at your week. If you died Saturday, what would you regret not doing? Do that first, Monday. Step 7. Ruthlessly eliminate. Leverage is subtraction. Every yes is a no to something else. Say no to meetings without agendas. No to friends who waste your time. No to opportunities that don't align. No to good so you can say yes to great. A focused man with leverage beats a busy man with none. Every time. Here's your 30-day protocol. Rule 1. Time audit. Track everything for 7 days. Then cut 10 hours of waste in week 2. Rule 2. One asset daily, 30 minutes minimum. No 0 days. Publish or save. No consumption only. Rule 3. Buy back 5 hours this month. Outsource cleaning, groceries, admin. Use hours to learn or build. Rule 4. Digital sunset. No screens 60 minutes before bed. No screens 60 minutes after waking. Reclaim your brain. Sunday. What gave me leverage? What stole it? What do I cut? What do I double? Do this, and in 30 days you stop being busy. You start being effective. You stop trading time. You start multiplying it. Because the world rewards leverage. The world ignores effort. You can work 80 hours with no leverage and stay broke. You can work 20 hours with leverage and get rich. That's not unfair. That's math. The Stoics didn't have code, but they had writing. Marcus's journal became meditations. Leverage. Seneca's letters taught millions. Leverage. They understood, your body dies, your leverage lives. So build things that outlive you. Systems run while you rest. Skills pay while you age. Assets feed your kids when you're gone. That's legacy. That's freedom. That's the point. You don't want money. You want what money buys. Time, options, peace, the ability to walk away, the ability to say no, the ability to build without permission. That's leverage. And a man with leverage is a man who can't be controlled, can't be rushed, can't be bought. He moves when he wants, he speaks when he wants, he lives on his terms. So stop selling hours, start buying freedom. One skill at a time, one asset at a time, 1 hour at a time. Stack leverage, and one day you wake up and the chains are gone. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You've heard it, you've ignored it. You think you're the exception. You're not. You think you can float above them. You can't. You think their habits won't rub off. They will. You think their standards won't become yours. They already have. Look at your circle. Really look. Are they strong? Are they disciplined? Are they building? Are they honest? Are they going somewhere? Or are they complaining, blaming, drinking, scrolling, settling, gossiping, and dying slowly while calling it life? Because if it's the second group, you're next. The Stoics were brutal about this. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Not entertain you. Not agree with you. Improve you. Epictetus said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." Marcus Aurelius wrote reminders to himself about avoiding men who were meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. He was emperor. He could pick anyone. He chose carefully. You're not emperor. You have less room for error. Every person you let close gets a vote on your future. This is habit 9. Master your circle, because your environment is stronger than your willpower. You can be the most disciplined man alive, but if you live with clowns, you'll join the circus. You can have the best diet, but if your friends eat trash every meal, you'll fold. You can have goals, but if your circle has none, you'll shrink yours to fit in. Humans are tribal. We conform. We adapt. We match. It's biology. In ancient times, if you didn't match the tribe, you got exiled. Exile meant death. So your brain learned, fit in or die. That code still runs. Only now, fitting in with losers won't kill you fast. It'll kill you slow. Over 40 years. So you audit. Ruthlessly. Step 1, make the list. Write down the 5 people you talk to most. Family counts, friends count, coworkers count, online counts. If they get your time, they get evaluated. Next to each name, write, do they energize me or drain me? Do they challenge me or enable me? Do they build or consume? Do they have what I want? If the answer is no, you have a problem. Step 2, categorize. There are 3 types. Builders. These men have standards. They train, they read, they work, they keep their word, they call you out, they celebrate your wins. After you hang out, you feel fired up. You go home and work. Keep them. Pay to be near them. Travel for them. Learn from them. Neutrals. These men are fine. Not toxic. Not pushing. They work their job. They go home. They watch the game. They don't hurt you, but they don't help you. Limit them. 1 dinner a month. Not daily. Not weekly. Their comfort. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Destroyers. These men are poison. They complain. They blame. They drink too much. They cheat. They lie. They mock discipline. They tempt you to be average. After you hang out, you feel dirty. You feel behind. You feel weak. Cut them. Block them. Ghost them. No explanation needed. Your life is not a rehab for others. Step 3, prune. This is the hard part. You'll feel guilty. You'll remember history. You'll hear, you changed. Good, that's the point. You're supposed to change. You're not supposed to stay loyal to people committed to staying weak. If they're family, create distance. You don't need to fight. You need boundaries. Not every Sunday. Love them, but don't become them. If they're friends from childhood, thank them. Honor the past. Don't bring them to the future. People come into your life for reasons, seasons, or lifetimes. Most are seasons. Let the season end. If they're co-workers, be professional. Be kind. Don't share your dreams, don't share your plans, don't invite them in. They're colleagues, not counsel. Step 4, build. You don't just cut, you replace. Nature hates a vacuum. If you remove 5 destroyers and add 0 builders, you'll pull the destroyers back. Loneliness is weaker than standards. So go where the builders are. Gym at 5 a.m., not 7 p.m. The serious ones train early. Jiu-jitsu mats, not bars. Martial arts attract men who want to suffer on purpose. Business conferences, not clubs. Rooms where people take notes, not shots. Bookstores, not malls. Libraries, not casinos. Volunteering, not parties. Introduce yourself. Be useful. Ask questions. Shut up and listen. Add value before you ask for anything. The right men are not on Instagram. They're in the real world, doing real things. Go there. Step 5. Become the man you want to attract. Builders don't hang with destroyers. If you want strong men in your circle, get strong. If you want disciplined men, get disciplined. If you want honest men, tell the truth. Like attracts like. If your circle is weak, look in the mirror. You allowed it, you are it. Upgrade you, and your circle upgrades or exits. Both are wins. Step 6. Guard the gate. Once you build the circle, protect it. New people don't get access fast. Watch them, test them. See how they act when no one's watching. See how they talk about people not in the room. See how they handle money. See how they treat waiters. See how they respond to your wins. Jealousy is a mask. Insecurity is loud. A real one is quiet and claps. One destroyer can rot a whole circle. One rotten apple spoils the barrel. You don't negotiate with cancer, you cut it. Step 7. Lead your circle. Don't just join a good group, create one. Set the standard. Plan the workouts, share the books, host the calls, hold the line. If everyone is waiting for someone else to lead, you lead. A strong circle needs a strong center. Be it. Here's your 30-day protocol. Week 1, audit. List your 5, rate them, be honest. No one sees this but you. Week 2, prune. Have the hard conversations or create distance. Cut 1 destroyer minimum. Block, mute, decline. Week 3, seek. Go to 3 places builders gather. 1 event, 1 class, 1 gym. Introduce yourself to 3 men. Get contacts. Week 4, build. Host 1 thing. Coffee, workout, book discussion. Set the standard. Give first. See who shows up. Do this and in 30 days your environment changes. Your conversations change. Your standards change. You change. Because you can't rise with anchors. You can't sprint with weights. You can't win with a team that wants to lose. The world wants you surrounded by weak men. Weak men don't challenge the system. Weak men don't start businesses. Weak men don't say no. Weak men keep you weak. So they sell you loyalty to mediocrity. They call it not forgetting where you came from. But you're not supposed to live where you came from. You're supposed to build where you're going. You owe your past nothing. You owe your future everything. And your future is people. You'll partner with someone from your circle. You'll be betrayed by someone from your circle. You'll be saved by someone from your circle. Choose wisely. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid with regard to external things." Translation: let old friends call you different. Let them say you fell off. Let them say you forgot them. You didn't. You remembered yourself. You're not here to be liked by everyone. You're here to be respected by the right ones. And the right ones are few. Quality over quantity, always. 1 lion is worth 100 sheep. 1 builder is worth 100 consumers. 1 loyal man is worth 100 acquaintances. So stop collecting people. Start curating them. Your circle is your net worth. Your circle is your health. Your circle is your faith. Your circle is your fate. Master your circle, and you master your trajectory. Because at the end you don't rise alone, and you don't fall alone. You do both with the 5 people closest to you. You're going to die. Not maybe, not someday in theory. Certainty, 100%. The only question is when. And the second question is what you leave behind. Most men never ask either. They live like they're immortal. They waste days, they waste decades, they chase money they won't spend, they argue over things they won't remember, they offend people they won't apologize to, they start things they won't finish, they become things they never meant to be. Then the clock runs out. The Stoics called this memento mori, remember you must die. Not to be morbid, to be clear. Death is the filter. Death kills nonsense. Hold any decision up to death, and the answer gets obvious. Will this matter when I'm dead? No, drop it. Will I regret not doing this when I'm dead? Yes, do it. Would I be proud if my last day was today? No, change. This is habit 10. Master your legacy. Because legacy isn't what you leave for people, it's what you leave in people. It's not money, it's not buildings, it's not your name on a wall. It's the standard you set. It's the lives you changed. It's the example you were when no one was watching. You think legacy starts at 60. It doesn't. It started the day you were born. Every choice is a brick. You're building something. The question is whether it's a prison or a temple. Marcus Aurelius ruled the world. He wrote to himself, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." He didn't write that on his deathbed. He wrote it while ruling an empire, because he knew the crown means nothing if the character is corrupt. Seneca said, "Life is long if you know how to use it." Most men don't. They kill time, then time kills them, and they have nothing to show for it but regret. So how do you master it? First, define your eulogy. Write it today, not your resume, your eulogy. What do you want your kids to say? What do you want your brothers to say? What do you want said when you're not in the room to defend yourself? Write it. Now live it. If your actions don't match those words, change your actions, not the words. Second, live by codes, not moods. Moods change, codes don't. Pick 5 virtues, write them down. Courage, discipline, honesty, loyalty, service, whatever you stand for. Then stand for them every day, when it's easy, especially when it's hard, because anyone can be good when it's convenient. Legacy is who you are when it costs you. Third, build something that outlives you. A business, a book, a family, a foundation, a reputation, a son who is stronger than you, a daughter who knows her worth, a student who surpasses you. If everything you build dies with you, you built too small. Plant trees you'll never sit under. Dig wells you'll never drink from. That's legacy. Fourth, love out loud. Tell people, now, not at the funeral, not in a text after they're gone. Say it, show it. Men die with words in their chest. Don't. If you respect a man, tell him. If you love your mother, call her. If you're proud of your kid, say it. Tomorrow isn't promised to them or you. Regret weighs tons. Words weigh ounces. Speak. Fifth, suffer well. Life will break you. People will leave. Money will vanish. Health will fail. The question isn't if, it's how you carry it. Do you become bitter, or better, or build? Your kids are watching. Your circle is watching. The world is watching. How you suffer is your loudest sermon. Pain is inevitable. Misery is optional. Character is the choice. Sixth, die empty. Give everything. Hold nothing back. Your talent, your truth, your love, your effort. Don't die with the book inside you. Don't die with the apology unsaid. Don't die with the risk untaken. The graveyard is full of potential. Don't add to it. Leave the tank on E. Burn the ships. Empty yourself into life so death finds nothing left to take. Seventh, practice your death. Once a year, do a memento mori drill. Lie on the floor. Close your eyes. Imagine it's over. What's undone? Who's uncalled? What's unsaid? What's unfinished? Feel the weight, and get up. You got a second chance. Most men won't. Use it. Here's your 30-day protocol. Week 1, write your eulogy. 300 words. Read it daily. Ask, did I live this today? Week 2, deathbed audit. List 5 regrets you'd have if you died tonight. Do one thing this week to kill each regret. Week 3, legacy letters. Write 3 letters. 1 to your parents, 1 to your kid or future kid, 1 to your best friend. Seal them, give them or save them, say what matters. Week 4, build the thing, start the project that outlives you. 30 minutes a day, no 0 days, book, business, nonprofit, skill, something that stays. Do this and in 30 days you stop drifting, you start aiming. Because a man who remembers death doesn't waste life. You'll stop arguing on the internet. You'll stop caring who liked your post. You'll stop buying things to impress people who won't come to your funeral. You'll start calling your dad. You'll start training hard. You'll start telling truth. You'll start living. Because legacy isn't built in years. It's built in days. Today, Tuesday, ordinary Wednesday. What you do when no one claps, what you do when you're tired, what you do when it doesn't matter. It all matters. The world wants you to forget you'll die. If you remember, you stop consuming, you start creating, you stop following, you start leading, you stop existing, you start living. And a man who is truly alive is dangerous to the system. So they distract you. News, noise, drama, outrage, so you get to 80 and realize you lived someone else's life. Don't. Epictetus said, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself?" The answer is you don't wait. You demand it now, because now is all you have. Your legacy is not your net worth, it's your name. When people say it, what do they feel? Safe, inspired, disappointed, used? You decide, today. You want to be remembered as a good man? Be one, today. You want to be remembered as strong? Be strong, today. You want to be remembered as present? Put the phone down, today. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to build it for you. It's you. In the rain, in the dark, when it's hard, when it hurts, when no one watches. That's where legacy is made. So train, build, love, speak, give, lead, suffer well, die empty. And when your time comes, you go with a smile. Not because you lived long, because you lived right. The goal is to create something that does. That's the 10th habit. That's the last habit. That's the only habit that matters when the others are done. Master your word, master your body, master your mind, master your leverage, master your circle, then master your legacy. And if you do that, you won.